Hello. Yes, I am talking to you. Grab a seat and come closer. Let's have this conversation. Today's conversation is a very important one. You don't want to miss it. Tell me, why did you refuse the credit card your bank offered you? And you too, why do you not use your credit card although you have it? You never use it. You always buy with cash or your debit card. And you, my dear friend, why did you also work from bank to bank, taking as many credit cards as possible? Why do you have up to 5 credit cards? We are not going to use any financial jargons. We are going to make it as basic as possible, because if you want to build a better life abroad, knowing how to use a credit card is one very crucial aspect you cannot ignore. For example, you are thinking of buying a house in future. You cannot afford the cost of the house, so you would need the bank to pay for you, and you in turn pays the bank month on month. Now, you don't know somebody, and the person comes to you, I want you to buy this house for me so that I pay on monthly basis. How sure are they that you are going to be making this monthly payment? Before you give that big money to anyone, you should know the person. You should be sure that this person is going to pay. And how are you going to be sure that this person is going to pay? Probably the person has come for money from you before, and the person has paid diligently without fail. So you can vouch for this person and say, oh yeah, I know this person. The last time he came for 5,000. Oh, he even paid before the date we agreed on. And that is the concept of credits. In some places, even when you are going to rent, they check your credit history. Your landlord wants to know how well you handle credits, to be sure that you would be paying their rent on time. You need a good credit history, because that is the only way the lender would be able to give you the loan you are looking for. That is the only way the lender will trust you. So see your credit history as a score, a report card. That is your financial report card. And from the time you are given the credit card, that is your test. And how you use that card is what is reported in your credit history to generate your credit score. If you have a good credit history, if you are able to build an excellent credit score, what does it do for you? It makes it easy for the banks to approve your loans. You have demonstrated to them that they can trust you. Your report shows that whenever you take, you pay back. What else? 2 people, let's say even one earns high and you earn minimum wage. If you want a loan and the one who earns minimum wage has a better credit history, you are more likely to get a better interest rate because you have a good credit report. Are you with me? Feel free to drop your questions in the comments as we go on this conversation. So that report is very important. If you are ever considering buying anything big in future, which you cannot pay cash for at once, and you will need a bank to pay for you so that you pay back, then the bank needs to know how you handle money, how you handle credit. They need to know. So this credit history is how to show the bank. Or you have heard credit is bad, stay away from credit. No, it is not bad. It is how you use it. It is how you use it. Is fire bad? Can we just say fire is bad? No, we cook with fire. Fire is not bad. But if you do not control it, then It can cause harm. You want to be approved for a mortgage. If you do not have a good credit history, a good credit score, no matter how much money you have, as far as you are not able to pay the total cost in cash, your mortgage may not be approved. How do I manage my credit? I opened a bank account. I have been given a credit card, $1,000, $2,000 credit limit. How do I handle it? The current state of your credit doesn't matter, okay? That is why we are having this conversation. And credit scores change. Once you change your attitude around your credit score is going to change. Give yourself 6 months and it will change. It will shock you. So for you who refused the credit card, after this conversation, go back and apply for that credit card. First thing that should come to mind when you are given this credit card is to see it as a test. This is your test. This is more like an exam question. How you treat this card will be put on your report card, and that will be your credit report. Not using this card at all is like being given an exam question and refusing to write anything. How will the teacher be able to grade you? Not taking the card at all is like not showing up for exams. The day you walk to the bank for a loan for something, they would say, we do not know you. We don't know you. Having the card and not using it also doesn't give the bank any information about how you use credit. So first you take it, second you use it. But how do you use it? It is not free money. What did I say? It is not free money. It doesn't add to the money you have. No. The $2,000 on this card does not add to the money you have. If you have $5,000 in your account and you are given a credit card with a credit limit of $2,000, you do not have $7,000. You still have $5,000. If you understand this concept, you are halfway through. No matter how much your credit limit is, it does not add to your money. The money you have in your account is what is your money. This one doesn't add to it. This one is a test. Trust me, it is a test. Once you see it as not free money, it shapes how you use it. Once you see it as not additional money, it shapes how you use it. The first mistake you can make is to use everything on the credit card. Oh, I have been given a $2,000 credit limit. So you run out and start buying, and before you are done, you have used every money on the credit card and you don't even have the money in your account to pay back. You used it as if it was free money, it was a gift. No, it is not a gift. It is not a gift. You cannot use it all. And even if you have money to pay back, using it all does not create a good image. We know you are eventually going to come to say we should pay something that cost $100,000 for you. So take this $2,000 and let's see how you use it and pay back. So if you go and you use it all, the bank will think, does it mean this guy has no money? Why did he use all that $2,000 we gave him? So you do not want to use all of it. When you use all of it, you give the impression that you had no money of your own. You are very reliant, like without that money, you couldn't have done anything, and that is not good. If they hadn't given you that, what would you have used? it is advised to use a maximum of 30% of whatever credit limit you are given every month. Okay, so if you are given $1,000, it means that don't use more than $300 on this card. And I'm not talking about a single purchase. I'm talking about the total amount of things you would use the card for the whole month should not exceed $300 if your limit, if all you have on the credit is $1,000. Don't use more than $300. Once you get to $300, stop using it and use your own money. Use your debit card now. If it is $2,000, it means that once you get to around $550, $600, stop using it. Don't create the impression that you couldn't have done anything without that money. Don't create act like you don't even need it like that much. You get what I mean? Yes, you didn't even need it that much. Some financial advisors even advise 10%. So it means that if you have a credit limit of 1,000, you are using around 100. The lesser you use, the more scores you build. I'm not talking about not using it at all, because if you are not using it at all, you are not giving them anything, right? Use it, but not too much. Not more than 30%. So if you have 2,000 up to around 600, stop using it. In a month, the next thing is how fast you pay. So the bank tells you that pay within a month, and they give you a date. Normally when you check, they give you a date, right? So I gave you 2,000, pay by 30th August. Are you going to wait? Keep it in mind, always have it in mind. It is a test. It is a test. They are testing me. They want to see whether I'm going to pay or not. They want to see how fast I pay. They want to know my habits with people's money, how I treat people's money. They want to know because this is not my money. They want to know my habit. So the bank says pay on 30th August. As somebody who has it in mind that it is a test. On 23rd, you say, here is your money. 23rd, 24th, you say, get your money. Here is your money. I'm paying back all what I used. And it is all what you used. That is why you shouldn't use more than you can pay, right? You don't use what you cannot pay. So even though I am saying up to 30%, although I'm saying up to 30%, if you know that at the end of the month you don't have that 30% to pay, don't use 30%. Use what you can pay. So if you can pay 10%, then use 10%. And before the date they have given you, if they say 30th, by 23rd, go and pay. By 24th, go and pay. By 25th, go and pay. And that is impressive. That is someone who finished an exam that is supposed to last for 2 hours in an hour. You came prepared, right? You came prepared. They said 31st. No way, 23rd. Here is your money. And that is how you are building a good credit report. And you are not paying the minimum balance. That is a big trap. You are paying all what you used. You are showing the bank that I have money. I have my money. I could have done everything I did even without this card. Everything I used this card to buy, I could have still bought it without this card. That is why I am able to pay it all, even before the date you are asking me to pay. Are you with me? The minimum balance payment is a trap, and that weakens your credit report. If you want a good credit report, pay in full before the due date all what you have used. And that is basically it. When it comes to building a good credit history, it is about how much of the credit you use. And we said don't exceed 30%. How soon you pay what you have used. How soon you pay. They have given you a date. Are you going to wait and always pay on the last date? No. Because you know it is a test, you are going to pay days earlier to get a higher score, right? It is a test. And also how much you pay. Somebody gives you 2,000 and you always come and pay. The due date is up and you bring to $10. How would you feel if you give somebody $1,000 and the person decides to pay you $10 at the end of every month? The person is wasting your money. The person is spoiling the value of your money. Because how long will the person be paying $10 till they pay it all? Till they pay it all. So put yourself in that shoe. You have been given $1,000. At the end of the month, you come and pay $10 because that is the minimum payment. No. That is how you are shooting yourself in your foot. No, don't pay the minimum. Don't pay the minimum. Pay it all. So if you have in your mind that I'm paying whatever I used within the month, at the end of the month, I am paying it all, that will guide how you use it. Are we together? It will guide how we use it. So don't use what you cannot pay. It is as simple as this. This is just how you build a good credit score. This is it. It is not complicated. But nobody teaches you this anyway. So you have to learn it on your own. And that is why I invited you all to come for this conversation. And I know that at the end of this video, our habit towards credit is going to change. We are going to take control. We are going to be in charge and use the credit in a way that it benefits us. So don't run away from credit cards. They are not dangerous. They are good, but take charge. It's not free money. It's not additional money. It's not free money. You have to pay back everything you use within a month. Don't use more than 30%. Most importantly, don't use more than what you can pay in full at the end of the month. And as much as it depends on you, do not wait for the payment due date. Pay earlier, maybe a week earlier, and that is how you get a good credit history, so that whenever you show up at the bank that you want a mortgage, you want to buy that car, first off, you will get the approval. Secondly, you will get a good interest rate, the best interest rate, and people will wonder, how are you able to live this life? Probably on a minimum wage. Thank you for staying with me. Put all your questions in the comments and I am going to answer it all at my earliest convenience. Thank you so much and see you in my next video.